I cannot remember if she gives you anything for saying that it was a misunderstanding, which is why I started over again.
Soul.
A giant morgue disguised as a
The life running in your veins. This dead flesh needs it.
Oh, please spare me, Dark Queen. Spare your obedient slave.
Can you get out of the way now?
Too much energy for so
Thank you.
Good evening, Miss Howcroft. How are you tonight?
I need blood, Doctor. Warm, rich, vibrant blood.
I have made inquiry.
I did not...
It was a misunderstanding. These hunters were in fact looking for a very different creature, but they mistakenly put their sights on you.
I knew it. I have become undone. Those hunters have discovered me, but they don't know what I'm capable of.
If you'll accept some advice from a petty mortal, I think you should assume a low profile and just quietly disappear into the shadows.
You are right. And you have served me well, mortal. Take this as a reward for your time. Perhaps I will allow you to drink deep of my blood. One day.
Thank you. I'll keep that proposition in mind. I'll leave you, Mistress of the Dark, to your nocturnal activities.
Okay, I was right. She does actually give you something. I thought it was interesting that she offered me nothing. But then again, I did call her bullshit into questions, so... Bring 1 unit of sodium hypochlorite, 1 unit of potassium permanganate, 6 units of ferrous tartrate. Hypochlorite, so sodium, potassium, and ferrous. Huh. I guess I just don't know how to make it yet. Oh wait, is it this table? Yeah.
Strickland's project could be dangerous. I have a mind to report him to Dr. Aykroyd.
Do you need something, Jonathan?
I have just a few questions.
Then ask away. I'm at your service, Doctor.
You mentioned something about a secret society. A brotherhood, if I recall. Could you elaborate?
Certainly. I've been a member of the Brotherhood of St. Paul's Stole for several years. We are pledged to monitor and report vampire activity in England as impartial scientific observers.
That explains your nightly wanderings about the docks and the questions you ask.
I feel it wasn't mere coincidence that led us to that part of town. There was something as yet unseen that set those chain of events in motion.
Yet you don't fear me. And still, you know the monster that lurks beneath the civilized surface.
The Brotherhood has studied your kind for centuries. We believe you are as supernatural as a lion is to a gazelle.
Since you seem quite the expert on vampires, what could you tell me about my condition and how it came about?
As men of science, our first step is always to start with what we know. Forget the myths, the hackneyed scrawlings, and the penny dreadfuls. They do not scratch the surface of the truth you now find yourself in.
The sun. The morning following my transformation. Its rays burned me. There was pain, smoke, and my skin blackened.
You will find there is very little that can kill a vampire, my friend. You have been offered relative immortality. The sun will most certainly hurt you, leaving you weakened and damaged, but it will not destroy you.
Must I take a life to live?
You are a vampire. You feed, and blood is the sole sustenance that can sustain your immortal frame. And only a living creature contains the nourishment you require.
Since I'm the one working for you, what should I know about Pembroke Hospital?
Well, for many years, we have been the only medical facility in this part of town that people can rely on. We support the community here, as well as provide health care.
Where do we stand today?
Well, to be honest, we cope on a day-to-day basis. The first wave of the Spanish flu last summer took us by surprise. We lack many of the basic necessities needed.
What do you expect of me?
What we need is hope. You were a soldier. This is a war. This white coat's still a uniform. We fight to help the poor, the sick of the East End, the forgotten.
The man we pursued and slew in the canning factory, William Bishop, I believe, was he a vampire?
He was a Skald, technically speaking. The debate rages as to their classification. Some think them a subspecies of vampire, others something else.
How do Skalds come into existence?
The name means slave. The etymology may indicate that they are a lesser species of vampire. From what I know, vampires tend to despise them.
Just for clarity, what differences are there between myself and a Skald?
A Skald is easier to eliminate, Jonathan, even if they remain formidable foes for the unprepared. Vampires... Now, vampires exist beyond the mortal realm.
I have met Lady Ashbury.
She's a fascinating woman, wouldn't you agree?
Is she the true reason you recruited me? To work on her condition and addiction for blood? A part of me is thinking I've been played.
Lady Ashbury is a cherished friend of mine. I would not betray her secrets without her consent. Come to the rescue of a damsel in distress. I ask nothing more.
The matter of Lady Ashbury's blackmailer.
I know too much about this matter already. I'm confident in trusting the interests and reputation of both the hospital and Our Lady into your able hands.
We'll see each other again soon, Edgar.
Okay. Cannot recall. I don't want to screw up. I don't even know if you can screw these up. Yeah, doesn't look like it. Newton, Oswald, Pippa, Thomas Elwood, and then it just moves on to Whitechapel. I don't think you can screw these up. Strickland and Ackroyd are not listed here.
Good evening, Dr. Strickland. Tell me, Thoreau, what's the real cause of your dislike for Dr. Ackroyd?
He refuses to admit that your blood transfusion technique is the only way to save Mr. Fiddick. I'm convinced we must use it.
What Dr. Ackroyd really said is that you lack the skill to perform this operation efficiently. Is there anything you have to say about this?
It's a false conceit. Dr. Ackroyd secretly envies your reputation. His jealousy blinds him. I'm not the real target here.
I have managed to improve the mixture by diluting it. Have you ever heard of Sir Joseph Francis Olive, or the placebo effect?
No, I don't think so. Why?
A placebo is a substance or procedure that has no actual physical effect.
You made a placebo of my project. Why?
Research has established that a placebo, as long as the subject believes in the effect, can provoke a positive physiological reaction.
Really? That's fascinating. And you want me to, what, administer the placebo and see what occurs?
Something like that, yes.
Well, I'm a bit surprised, but I trust you, Dr. Reed. Please take the key to my cabinet and put this placebo there for future use.
Goodbye, Dr. Strickland.
I'm quite busy right now, Dr. Reed.
Thank you for your time. We'll talk later.
I think the first time I actually went straight to Ackroyd with it. Makes me wonder if I'm going to miss that hint now because of that. Maybe not. Maybe you get it regardless. Either way, I have the key to their office now.
It's locked. At least Strickland can't kill anyone with this formula. It's locked, all right.
Goswicks? Okay.
long must I wait, damn it? Blaming
I'm
you
quite...
won't further your agenda,
Thank you.
sir. You have the right to disapprove of our methods, and you will kindly...
Good evening, Dr. Strange.
And good evening.
Goodbye, Dr. Strange.
You always knew the words to calm the children, Ella.
Hospital seems to be falling.
As for me...
No, I don't want to talk to your mother. God, and now it's a loading screen. That is frustrating. I wasn't even looking at the bitch.
Good evening, Doctor. How is my son doing?
Shut up.
I've read your son's medical report, Beatrice. It's not the flu or anything life-threatening. What has you so worried?
He was at death's door when he was brought here. I just want him to be better as soon as possible.
He's not out of the woods yet, you know. He might need to stay here longer than expected.
Take care of him then, Dr. Reed. People here only seem to focus on contagious patients. I worry my poor Mortimer will be neglected.
Goodbye, Mrs. Goswick.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening, Mr. Goswick. How are you?
I'm okay.
Your medical report says you're not affected by the Spanish flu. What do you think of that, Mortimer?
Does it make me happy? Not in the slightest. If it was up to me, I would have left this place long ago. I know I don't belong here.
And why do you think you don't belong here?
I know the staff have more important things to do than look after me. There's plenty of patients here who need their attention.
Have you heard?
No?
I have.
I'm alright. Don't waste your time with me.
My sweet girl. Reads me like a book. Never could keep anything from her.
Good evening, sir.
Alright. I think I have done everyone's hints here that I can for now. I'm still missing Ackroyd's hint, but... Oh yeah, and then these two. Forgot about that.
This dead flesh needs it.
Oh, please spare me, Doc.
Good. Tell me the truth about your appointment as a medic during the war, Rakesh.
The regiment administration appointed me by mistake. I had to learn the job on the spot, sir. Very hard, sir. But I rose to the challenge.
Do you realize how many soldiers died because of that decision? You should have refused.
Yes, sir. I swear I did, sir. But no one listened. When the first wounded arrived, I had to do what I could.
It is an unbelievable story, Mr. Chidana.
It was a time beyond belief, Dr. Reed. But I'm happy not to deal with the wounded. I prefer caring for the dead now.
You can't impersonate a doctor. You can't improvise a medical education. People could die at your hands.
You're absolutely right, sir. But as a field surgeon, it was more like being a butcher.
Do you believe you have really helped these people?
My ratings were within the averages of the regiment. I saved lives, Dr. Reed. Does that not say enough about triage and war surgery?
Have you heard of someone blackmailing people in the hospital?
Pardon me, sir, but I have no idea what you're talking about.
Please show.
Of course.
I think I've been this way too, right? Yeah. See, this is why I like it when all the enemies stay fucking dead. I can just carelessly roam. Makes it easier to get back to where I want to go.
You.
Goodbye, Mr.
Okay, they're not going to know anything else. Well, they won't say anything else until I discover the bodies. And I won't be able to do that until I've made it back to the starting point of the game. Not entirely sure if it's a good idea for me to be going down there now. I don't recall what level they respawn at. But I guess we'll find out. I think they're like level 14 and shit. Oh yeah. Dum dum. I'm almost certain there's a weapon all the way back here, too. I know this is where Delaney wants me to go to put that flower on the graveyard. So I know these guys are always low level, but it's past these guys that they start getting high level again.
Ready. We got it. He's dead.
Okay, so this box does become lootable. Check, check. There is indeed a reason to go back up there. I remember asking that at the beginning of the game. Why is that up there? Level 5.
A leech! A leech! He's dead!
Oh, nice try. Oh, nice try. You're dead. Okay, cool. Alright, so that car is no longer here.
Yes. The place has changed since the explosion, but it was definitely here. I should find some way to pay my respects.
Can't really remember what I could loot, but here's some flowers.
May all who suffered from this tragedy find or rest in peace.
There you go, Delaney. I did what you wanted.
Let's be honest. It's a leech! He's done for!
Listen, dude, you're gonna fucking die. Stop missing! Jesus Christ, Dr. Reed. I hope you're not that fucking terrible at aiming when you're performing surgery. Swinging like an inch away from the dude's body. I feel like we get attacked when we go up here. I really can't remember, if I'm honest, but He'll make a comment about Mary.
This place. Rain may have washed away the blood, but not the memory. My poor Mary.
Concerning your mission to loot corpses in Southwark, I'll only say it once. Deal with it and be glad I don't report your protest to Edwina. She might go there herself to cut your balls off. A little bird also told me you made a few jokes about what I saw by the pier, so now I'm just a loony scared by his own shadow, or a nutcase who mumbles and trembles like an old woman about ghost stories. Good, I like it when my boys are happy. Be assured that nutcase will come to piss on your bloody carcasses after the fucking monster I saw has sucked your brains out. Enjoy the following night, fellows. I heard they will be foggy and rainy. Oh, okay, well.
This is my watch. Damn grave robbers.
Could have sworn there was a weapon up here. I don't remember ever using it, but I could have sworn. Maybe it's not up here. Maybe it's further down. I haven't made it all the way to the beginning yet. Now I'm just looking for shiny. Anything shiny. Well, I don't need the poster. I really could have sworn there was a weapon in here. Oh. Oh wait, maybe it's in that room that I ran past at the beginning. Maybe that's what I'm thinking of. Or it's down here. I'm at a loss. I'm actually surprised there's not more enemies here. I feel like the last time I came back here, it was much busier. Low levels.
It's one of them! Watch it! It's a killer! Doesn't like burning, does it?
That's where I got the machete. This is where I dropped down. This is seriously gonna bug me.
Filthy piece! That leech is fast! Shit, that leech is fast!
It's locked.
What in the fuck? Every door is locked around here. Now I know there's a weapon back in the beginning area somewhere. I think it's an axe. Foundry key.
Back in the grave!
Yeah, this room was blocked off when I ran by here the first time. A single spring. Alright, well that founder key has to be for all those locked doors. Maybe that's where the weapon is. I really don't recall. For more than a century, the Guard of Priwen has been a dissident faction from the Brotherhood of St. Paul's Stole. It is important, as the divergence of opinion between our two fraternities are now well established, to remember what happened and why we shall, alas, consider these former brothers our opponents and adversaries, and mock their law of conduct. Kindlestone founded the Guard in 1801. He was a former legate of the Brotherhood, and long-standing member of the Brotherhood Council. His departure was the result of an irreconcilable dispute within the Council when Kindle stated that the Brotherhood had to reconsider its non-violent approach to the study of vampires, and that the eradication of these immortals had to be the ultimate goal of all of our researches. Since the terrible schism occurred, relations between the Guard and the Brotherhood have always been difficult. The Guard of Priwen considers the Brotherhood as traitors and allies of their foes, while we call them thieves and zealots for the many ancient and precious books we kept for centuries, which they destroyed or stole when they left. I will constantly rescue any accusation or cowardice, for I know the courage it requires for our brothers to approach and observe hostile immortals. I will never forget the cruel loss of the unique texts and scrolls burnt by Kendall and its followers when they left, and I will never cease to laugh at their stupidity revealed in their very name, since they chose to call themselves the Guard of Priwen as a reference of King Arthur's shield, thus defining themselves as the true defenders of this land, when the true scholar perfectly knows that in the Book of Taliesin, Fridwen is only the name of Arthur's boat during his expedition to the mythical territories of Anduin. What a symbol indeed. Wait. Right there. It's a circle with two dots next to it. And then a circle with four dots. So that must be how you figure out the puzzle to get to the sword. I never would have noticed it. Usher Talltree. So anything written by Usher Talltree is going to have that code on it. Huh. Okay. Well, I brute forced my way into that puzzle, so I didn't even have to try that hard. It only took like 4 attempts and I got it. I don't know how, but I did. It was not difficult to get that sword. I mean, there was only 4 buttons to press. Very interesting. Well, you would have had to have come all the way back here to get the hint, if you didn't want to brute force the puzzle, that is. I really thought there was a weapon here, and I think there is. I think I'm just fucking missing it. I don't know how. It's like, I don't know. It's bugging me. It's not like I'm ever going to use it, but it would be nice to just pick it up, even though I don't need it and will never use it. This area looks an awful lot like all the other fucking areas I've been through, though, so it's difficult not to get confused about where I have and haven't been yet. Well, I guess I should leave this area. It doesn't seem like I need to be here now. I got what Delaney wanted me to get. It really is bothering me that I thought there was a weapon back here and I'm not finding it. Maybe I already did and I'm just retarded. No. Wait. Hmm. Wait, was it up here?
It's locked. It's locked, all right.
I know he had something in him. I remember reading someone's Reddit post about how they were one-shotting enemies. They must have been spending all their time in this region. Because this is the only area that I can consistently one-shot enemies, and even then that's not entirely true. Because the beefy shotgun guys take 2 hits. I want to know how this is still lit. The oil would have ran out by now. I also don't recall this area being this lit up the first time you go through. Also, how do you get into this? Did I ever come back and open that? It's gonna bother me. I gotta look this up. What is this area called? Southwark. Okay. Samuel Connor's mace. I think that's the one that's better. I think that one is actually an orange tier. Okay. Yeah, there was nothing back there. I was just dreaming. Misremembering, if you will. Alright, so, yeah, I think Sam Connor's mace is the one that I want. At least until I can get the True Dragonbane. Which I should be able to get the very instant that I make it to West End. Alright.
No one dares go
I'm losing my
outside.
mind. I should just run as far away from this place.
Good
as I
evening,
can.
Mr. Delaney.
What? Ah, you're that doctor.
I found the location of the explosion, Mr. Delaney. I placed a flower for you where it happened, just as you asked.
Really? That's so kind. I never thought someone would... Well, thank you, Doctor.
It's nothing, really. And I'm sorry for your loss.
What? No, I didn't know them. No car was supposed to park there that day. Stupid bastard, why did he park there?
You're the man who hid that bomb.
I don't want to talk about it. Leave me alone.
I sense your guilt, Dyson. Why is that? Did you not think violence was an acceptable political tool?
I still believe our fight was just. By killing an innocent couple who were just at the wrong place at the wrong time. No way.
Oh, this one actually matters. Yeah, the first time I told him that he made a terrible mistake, but...
That bomb also killed you that day, don't you see? You just die a slower death, drink by drink.
I know. Maybe I deserve judgment. Until that day, I'll just be Dyson the drunk, not Dyson the murderer.
I want you to remember the bomb, Dyson. Tell me about it.
No. I don't want to remember it.
Why use a bomb? What were you trying to destroy?
The Dawson & Dawson ammunitions factory. A symbol of violence against the people. My group wanted to destroy it to send a message.
The victims. They were not the target then.
I spent so much time figuring out the perfect moment. I used a short fuse. No car had ever parked there. They all died.
No, Dyson, they didn't all die. I met a boy who survived the explosion.
I never heard of an injured boy.
Not a scratch on him. I suspect he wasn't in the car when it exploded.
In the car? You mean...
Yes, Dyson. You killed his parents.
Why tell me this?
I don't know. Perhaps one day you'll talk to him and tell him the truth.
Who is that boy? How can I find him?
That's easy. Most of the time, he's in the same place. The place you never want to go back to. Goodbye, Mr. Delaney.
He's literally right around the corner from you. All the time.
Evening.
Evening, Mr.
So long.
Perhaps I should...
Welcome back to... Goodbye.
I should have offered a drink to the boy. Be he cursed or not, he's just another lost orphan.
Foolish girl and her pretty principles. She's got no idea who she's dealing with.
Pembroke is so lucky to have you. I met him in New York.
If only there were more of us, with less resignation and more determination.
I know I can count on you. I wish I could say the same for the others.
You look exhausted.
I wish I could just fix it. My blood boil with the fever.
Oh man, I forgot to fucking tell her. Damn it. I'll go do it now. If I don't do it now, I'll forget. I'm actually tempted to mesmerize Corcoran and go down there and get that two-handed mace. He'll also give me 2,000 experience. I don't think it'll cause any sort of mayhem or ruckus here. I don't know.
Good evening.
Hello again.
Tell me your feelings about Booth's belief in monsters, Edwina.
It makes him look weak in front of the boys. That's my feeling about it. But ghosts don't scare me.
You don't believe he really saw something, then?
I don't care what he saw or not. All I know is that a real man keeps his fears to himself if he wants to be obeyed.
I managed to reach the mass grave in Southwark. It was not pleasant.
Spare me the details, Dr. Reed. All I want to know is what happened to those bastards who owed me money.
I'm afraid those bastards, as you call them, are in the mass grave.
Dead? Shit. That money would have been useful. Well, I'll tell my boys to avoid the place if it's that dangerous.
Yes. Everybody should avoid that place until further notice.
Okay then, Doctor. It looks like you deserve your reward after all. The Wet Boot boys thank you for your help.
Nice.
Goodbye.
Oh, I need to know you can't... You...
I know you believe monsters are real, Booth.
They are. I know, I saw one, but no one believes me.
Tell me what you saw.
It was a few years ago. Clay Cox was still the boss then. He'd sent me to the shipyard to find out who was stealing tools and ropes at night.
Go on.
First, I thought it was an old lady with a limp. It looked frail and crooked. Then I saw it grab a bloody beam and lift it like it was a stick. I shouted. It looked straight at me.
Do you know what it was?
It was all eyes and long teeth, but I couldn't see its face. I shot at it when it moved towards me and I hit it. And then it jumped and vanished in the shadows.
You could have imagined all that. These docks can be so gloomy at night. With the fog and the wind and the boats creaking.
No, Doctor. That night, I saw the fucking sewer dog for real. It's not a beast, like the stories say. It's the ghost of an old woman. Bullets can't stop it. But no one believes me.
Are your friends mocking you?
Even Edwina told me once to never speak about it, but I know what I saw. And it wasn't a human. Not human at all.
Goodbye, Mr. Digby.
Alright. All his hints are done. I'm still missing one of Delaney's. I don't remember how to get it. All these folks are, that's Lottie and Giselle, Ichabod, Rodney, Eden, or Enid, that's right. And then whatever this kid's name is that steals from her, Marcus or something. So I can't speak to any of them right now. All these people are here still. Man, I'm really tempted to off Corcoran. It's only 2,000 experience. Honestly, though, Rakesh would be the better option. He only drops a... I don't know. Maybe I should do him instead. I'd rather have Dr. Tippett's key so I can get the two-handed mace, but that might prompt Brannigan to do something stupid and then get other people killed or herself killed, or more people get sick because I'm offing hospital staff. Nobody cares about the the vendor, but offing him means I can't buy stuff from him anymore. Lots of experience or a better weapon. Don't know. I might save scum it just to see what happens. Okay, I just watched it quick save or auto save, so save scumming time it is.